Hey, I'm Randy, and I'm the Cheap Audio Man. Here at the Cheap Audio Man, we don't feel like audio equipment, speakers, amps, DACs, turntables, CD players, or transports should cost as much as replacing all the windows in your home so that your house is more energy efficient and your heating and cooling bills are reduced. So after a while, you actually make back all that money that you spent on windows. You can't do that with audio equipment. It would be cool if you could. And we're not talking about that today because we're talking about the topping E30 DAC. It's $150. So grab a cup of coffee, sit down, and let's talk about the topping E30 DAC. So first, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, John's miniature 3D printed figures and cool trophies. And this isn't a joke. John actually made these for me and sent them in. And one says, Cheap Audio Man Speaker Bowl. And there's a speaker on top. I got a Darth Vader Buddha. Yeah. And a Batman Buddha. Oops, sorry, Darth Vader. You all are so kind. So very kind. And I appreciate it very much. I just can't get over you guys. Y'all are great. All right. So, another John from apos.com, sent over the topping E30. Okay? And he asked me to talk a little bit about Apos. I don't know how to say it, John. We're going to go with Apos. apos.com. So, if you go over to their site, you see that they have a ton of products, okay? And if you want to think about it, those products in essence are curated, okay? So over at Apos, they are taking a look at what are the products that we can stand behind because they deal in multiple manufacturers over there. They have a great customer service. And when I say great, I'm not talking about if something goes wrong. I'm talking about if you need advice about your system, if you're looking to add a DAC or get some headphones or IEMs, whatever it is, there's going to be someone over there that knows what they're talking about. It's not like Amazon or Best Buy that folks aren't going to understand what you're talking about. They know the products, they know audio, and they know their products very well. Okay, so that's one reason to do business with them. Second reason is they have a 45-day return policy. So if you get something, if it doesn't work out, you don't like it, you have a lot longer than most places to return it. They have a 30-day price match guarantee. So if you find something on Amazon or wherever else, you can, number one, ask for a price match. If you buy a product and the price goes down within 30 days, they will match the price again. Okay, pretty cool. And the second thing is they extend the warranty. Everything gets a 2-year warranty. So if something has a 1-year manufacturer's warranty, you get 2 years with Apos. He didn't pay me to do this. He sent me this. I really appreciate it, John. But there's going to be a link if you want to purchase this product, and that's going directly to Apos. They're also doing a THX headphone amp giveaway. Okay? So I would just say you don't have anything to lose. So give them a try. You call their customer service, try them out, see what you think. Okay? But there's other options out there. And this is an option that you're going to get the same price as you would from Amazon. But you're going to be working with a company that actually cares about the products, if that makes sense. Not that Amazon doesn't care. I'm just saying, give them a shot over there. I've actually bought stuff from them before I ever started this channel. Okay? Yeah. Big Apos commercial. Yeah. Let's talk about how the topping E30 works. All right, so how this works, it can be a preamp, it can be a straight DAC with a fixed output. When you want it to be a preamp, you're going to control the volume of the system with the DAC. So to get into it, I'm going to show you some fancy D-roll, and I'll show you how to switch the inputs and things like that. In order to put it into either preamp mode or into basically just DAC with a fixed output, you have to long press the single button on the front. Not really even a button, it's a touch button. So there's no differentiation between it, nothing raised, no, it doesn't actuate. You just put your finger over it. Okay, it does work. You hold it down from being off, you will hold it down for 3 seconds, and that will put it into whichever mode you want to put it in. It's got to be from the off position. So for instance, if it was a DAC and then you turn it off, you long pressed it for 3 seconds, it's going to go into preamp mode. Okay, and the opposite. When you turn that off, hold press it for 3 seconds, then it's going to turn into DAC mode with a fixed output. Okay. So also to switch the inputs, it's just right or left on the remote. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, pretty straightforward. Volume up and volume down, again, straightforward. Same remote they pretty much use on everything, and guess what? It works just fine. All right, so let's take a look at the inputs and outputs. Okay, for inputs and outputs, you have 3 digital inputs. A full-size USB, or it's the printer cable style of USB, okay, which is nice. I like that style. A little bit more robust, in my opinion, than like a micro USB connection. Then it has a digital coax, and then it also has an optical. A lot of TVs have opticals, some TVs have coax, a lot of CD transports have optical and coax, and then you have your computer covered as well. Okay, then just regular straight up RCAs out of the back. So the E30 employs the AK4493 chipset, and I compared it to the hifi Zen DAC, which is $130, and the SMSL M300. So the hifi doesn't have a remote, and the M300 has balanced out, and that's a $230 DAC. But with all that said, you get the majority of the functionality in the E30 as you do in the M300. They sound different though. The M300 uses the AK4497 chip, and I'm not sure. I think the hifi uses. Well, I know it uses a Burr Brown technology in it. The E30 sounded the most analytical, the most detailed in the highs out of the 3 DACs. This DAC I think is going to pair well, and normally I don't get too concerned about how DACs sound. The things, in my opinion, in the order of preference for sound is speakers, amp, and then DAC. With that said, I think this DAC pairs well with more lush amps on the bottom. Denon PMA 600NE, the Sony 2-channel STR DH190. I think if you have a more lively speaker on the top end, and if you have a lively amp, like the Iota VX SA3, which already has a DAC in it. My point is, I think this DAC pairs well with products that are a little bit maybe warmer, like speakers would be ELAC WB6, Morphdale Diamond 11.2s, things like that. I think you're going to balance out your system a bit more. With all that said, I think this is a great product. I think it's a good value at $150. You can use this product to hook up a integrated amp like a Fozzy Audio BT20A, add some speakers, pull your TV output, your digital out into it, and you have a product, you have a solution that's going to sound way better than a soundbar, and then you have all the functionality to build a different system from it. So at $150, I think there's a pretty solid value. Okay, if you're looking to get an external DAC I think this sounds awful similar to the shit Modi 3 Plus. I think that's what it is. I had that DAC. It sounds a bit different than the M300 and the hifi. I say this is the most detailed on the top end and most analytical. Okay? I think it sounds great. So if you are a patron, we do kind of some final thoughts. That is a patron-only video, so you can support me through Patreon. You can support me by utilizing any of the links in the description. You can support me by signing up for Amazon HD Music for free. There's a link in the description. Click on it, scroll down to the bottom, click Try HD, and you get 3 months for free, and I get a couple dollars from it. So if you're new here and you like what we're doing, subscribe. We have a lot of fun. It's kind of a tongue-in-cheek, a little bit of comedy at the beginning. It doesn't mean I'm not serious about audio, and I'm not serious about high-value products. So with all that said, I'm Randy, and I'm the Cheap Audio Man.